All right, let's move on over here to this far left-hand section, the westernmost part of Slovakia. There's a man back there that's just standing still, holding something in his hand, and that's a replica of a bigger than life-size statue of a man who's breaking his crutch. That's located in the village of Piešťany in western Slovakia, because that village is known best as the town where there are a great number of thermal spas, hot water coming up out of the ground. And different springs there have different minerals in the water, and the doctors in Slovakia have figured out that if you have arthritis, for example, you go drink water out of this spring, several times a day for a couple of weeks, and that will help straighten out your arthritis. Or if you have digestive problems, you drink water from a different spring and you'll get well. And so this man is showing that he has been healed by drinking the mineral water at Piešťany, and this is the entrance into the area where those thermal spas are, complete with a little pond outside the entrance with some ducks and some lily pads and so on. And then just to the west of there, we see two men that are operating a large press. They're pressing grapes that are raised there in that part of Slovakia to make wine. And we can see some vineyards farther over to the west, and there's two people that the man has a big pack on his back, and the woman has been putting grapes in there that they will take in to be processed to make wine. And then coming down to the front of that, we see a little row of folk buildings that are really quite common in the rural villages of Slovakia, and that's just what they look like, with the wooden roofs and the log buildings, and just a very interesting kind of architecture. And then we have a scene here, quite a large scene, that shows two men making pottery. There's a village in western Slovakia by the name of Modra that's known better than any other village for pottery making. Even though they do that all over the country, this is the one that's best known for it. So one man we see is busy throwing the pots, as they say, at the potter's wheel, and the other man is busy painting one of those pieces of pottery. And there's a third man over there who's tending the kiln where the pottery is fired. And then we come down here to the front and we see a typical blacksmith shop. We have one man who's working on the anvil, while the other man is operating the bellows that keeps the fire hot enough so that it will melt whatever piece the man is using at the anvil. And then beyond that, we see two men that are putting a shoe on a horse and working together to see that they get the shoe on that horse properly. And sure enough, there's a sleepy dog down there just outside the doghouse having a good rest. So I think that pretty well covers all the scenes that you see here in Slovakia, and this by no means captures everything of the folk life in Slovakia, but I think it does a pretty good job of showing the essence of what folk life has been like there for hundreds of years.
What is the estimated value of three men doing this carving?
Well, it's a lot, and I'd like to characterize it this way so that we don't diminish the effect by saying that it's the cost of many houses here in America. So it's a major investment that my wife and I decided to do just so that people here in America can see this sort of thing, because so far as we know, there's nothing like it anywhere in the United States and perhaps nowhere in North America. And so it's open and free to the public to come and see, and we hope that when people come, they will find some things in the store that they would like to have. And by purchasing those things, they're helping us with this mission project, because that money goes back directly to the people who bought these things.